Okay, here we have a couple of triangles in which we have to work out the missing sides. So we're going to go through our standard method again. So first of all, label the side we know. Well, we know 7.3 centimetres. That is opposite the right angle, so that is the hypotenuse. And the side we want to know is A, which runs along this side and touches the angle, so is adjacent to the angle. So we've got the adjacent and the hypotenuse. I don't label the third side, it'll only confuse me if I do. So adjacent and hypotenuse, that means I'm using cos. So cos theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Now do remember to write the theta in here, because that tells you that that's where we write the angle. Okay, some of you were missing that out, and I think that was helping to confuse you again. So, writing out working nice and neatly like this. So, cos of my angle is 37.8 degrees. So, cos of 37.8 equals my adjacent, which is A, divided by my hypotenuse, which is 7.3. If I multiply both sides by 7.3, I get A equals 7.3 times cos of 37.8. It's quite a good idea actually to write your angle in brackets like that. You don't have to, but it's actually not a bad idea to do so. So let's do that. So A equals 7.3 times cos of 37.8, close brackets. I've checked my calculator is in degrees by seeing the little d there, and my answer is 5.768, which to two decimal places would be 5.77 centimetres. Okay, so that's the first one. So the second one, okay, again applying our standard method. First of all, label the side we know. Well, that's this side, and that is opposite my angle, across the triangle from my angle. This side doesn't touch my angle, so that is the opposite. And the side that I want to find out, well, that's this side here, A, which is across the triangle from the right angle, so that is the hypotenuse. So I've got the opposite and the hypotenuse, so that is sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. So again, I've written down the theta there to tell me that's the angle. So sine of my angle, which is 72.4 degrees, put that in brackets again, equals the opposite, which is 3.6 over the hypotenuse, which is A. Now, notice here, and these ones are a bit trickier, that what I want to find out is on the bottom of the fraction. Okay, so if I multiply both sides by A, I would get A times sine of 72.4 degrees equals 3.6, and A equals 3.6 over sine of 72.4 degrees. And if I put that into my calculator, sometimes you might want to leave that line out, but it shows very good understanding if you put it in. But remember, when what you need to find out is on the bottom of the fraction, so if it's the hypotenuse you need to find out, that will always be on the bottom of the fraction, you need to divide by the trig ratio rather than multiply by it. So, clear, fraction button, 3.6 over sine 72.4, close brackets, equals, and we got 3.776, which will round up to 3.78 centimetres. And that is those two questions done.